crazy night, huh? Yeah. Can't believe you saw all that went down, all the pieces falling from the sky. Wild stuff. I'm going to cut right to the chase. Who am I? No, I'm not with the police or anyone like that. You could say more or less I'm a journalist, reporter. Although I don't work for any of the major local news stations, anything like that. It's not like that. But I couldn't help but overhear what you were telling the officers over there. I've got good ears. And can you blame me for being here? I mean, something like that happens, and anyway. I know that they acted like you were a little loopy. Maybe that your story was far-fetched. What are they saying? It's parts of a plane, but no plane was, scheduled to be flying over that spot at that exact time, so that doesn't really seem likely. I want you to know that I believe you. And this isn't the time or the place to discuss these things, but let me give you my card. Okay? This is my office. I'm pretty much there all the time. But if you want to call ahead, that would be helpful. Now let me give this to you. Perfect. I want you to know that I believe you. And I don't think they will. So, if you want to talk to someone who, let's say, is more open-minded about extraterrestrial things, we'll say, please reach out. My doors are always open, and I would love for the opportunity to share your story, the real story of what you saw tonight. Everyone deserves to hear the truth from you, and I think together we can make that happen. But I'm sure you're tired. It's been a long night, so this isn't the time, but please reach out. And I hope to see you soon. Goodbye. Here. Brought you some tea. Set this over here. I'm sorry I didn't have anything fancier, but I don't know. I don't tend to stock my office very well. Have some tea. And I just want to really thank you for taking the time to come in and speak with me. I know it's late outside, and as promised, my doors are always open. I'm just glad that you're here. How have you been holding up since the incident? Well, something like that is bound to rattle you a bit. It's not something you see every day, right? Tell me. What did the police say to you when you told them about seeing a UFO flying through the sky and then crashing to the ground? Yeah, well, guess that reaction is not too surprising from them, but I believe you. Oh, yes, I do. You see, it's not just UFOs, aliens, that I research and investigate. No. Really anything of the paranormal, occult, Bigfoot even. Really just anything odd and bizarre in our world. And our world is indeed odd and bizarre, but too many people, they don't want to believe in anything except for what they might see with their own two eyes. And even then, if they saw something so spectacular and otherworldly, they might still lie to themselves, trick themselves into not believing what they just saw. But you know what you saw. No. Understand that there's not a risk in coming to see me, but there's certain organizations that don't like people who've seen UFOs or had extraterrestrial encounters. They don't like them sharing that. And by talking to me, well, it just puts you at a slight higher risk. You haven't seen anyone, man or woman, following you lately. They might be wearing a black suit, sunglasses, nothing like that. No out of place characters such as that. That's good. That's good. Oh, don't worry about that. Before this interview, before you share what you saw that night, the UFO, I just want to ask a few personal questions, because if I do end up writing a piece on this, I often like to include a short section on the viewer, or the witness, so to speak. But mind you, I will still make it so you are completely anonymous. I won't include any details that would aid someone in figuring out who you are, right? So, you can trust me. And again, I don't work for any major news stations or anything. I'm more of a private journalist. I have an online blog, but it's more than that. It's not just a blog. But anyway, that's where it would go. But I have my journal here, if that's okay. I'm just going to ask a few questions, and then for the retelling of what you witnessed, I'm actually going to film you stating that, if that's okay, because I just want to make sure I really accurately get down what it was that you saw. Okay. But we will start with getting to know you a little bit more. Okay. I don't need to know your name. I'll give you a false name for the article, but for my sake, just so I have it, what is your name? Thank you. And are you local? Okay. And have you lived here a while, or are you relatively new to the area? Okay. Are you married? Do you have a family? Anything? Okay. And what do you do for work? Or perhaps you're in school learning something new. Okay. And have you ever had any alien encounters or spotted UFOs in the past? In your life? Anything? Okay. Do you ever have odd dreams or anything? More than just a nightmare or anything, just really odd dreams. Okay. Do you have any hobbies? Things you enjoy doing? Okay. That's perfect. You know, before I record you retelling what it was you saw that night, I just would like to share with you I was asked to leave several times from the area where the UFO crashed down. Let's be real, I know they're saying plane parts, but I managed to take a few pictures of the crash site. But they're not as clear as I would like, and of course it was night time, and well, but just to freshen your memory, here, look through these. Set them here. You can look through those. But when you retell what you saw, I don't want you to make anything more exciting than what actually happened. I just want you to tell me, from your perspective, what it was you saw happen. Okay? And like I said, I would like to record you for this bit, if that's okay. I have a little camcorder here. It's an older camcorder. It doesn't connect to the Wi-Fi, so I just trust it a little bit more. Because just as you are at risk for speaking to me, I experience a bit of risk in the work that I do. So, is it alright if I film this conversation? Perfect. Okay. So, first, tell me where you were that night, why you were there. Good. And in your own words, what happened? And then, did that happen before or after you saw it crash? Did you go up to the UFO? And what did you see? I knew it. Carry on. And then what happened? And when did law enforcement first arrive on scene? How long after the crash? And did anyone speak to you who didn't seem to be from law enforcement before you made your statements? And what exactly did they tell you when you said that you saw that a UFO fall from the sky and crash? What was their reaction? Did they give you any next steps? Are they going to reach out to you again? Or was that it? And what would you like people to know about this incident? This is an obvious question based on what you've said, but do you believe in aliens? Yeah. If it truly was an alien aircraft that crashed, where'd the aliens go? They would have been in the ship, right? Where did they go? You couldn't see. Good. Did anyone seem to notice anything crawling from the ship? Anyone see anything that you are aware of? No? And do you think those aliens on that ship, do you think that they'd be friendly or malicious, dangerous? What's your gut feeling? And what would you say to the aliens that crashed if you could tell them something? Good. I think that's enough. Like I said before, I do believe you. I do believe that you saw a UFO. And I believe you saw a UFO crash to the earth. And I'm glad that you didn't catch a glimpse at the aliens, because if you had, probably be the most terrifying sight you'd ever seen. And it gave you going and talking to the police, it gave the aliens ample time to escape from the wreckage and put on a nifty little disguise. One of a private journalist, investigator. No, I am a real person. Well, she was a real person. But now, you shouldn't have said anything. You shouldn't have called the police. You should have walked away. Because now, well, now I'll have to help you forget.